Put onto the idea of electric drivetrains powered by generators for range extension by a company up in Canada called Edison Motors that was doing retrofits on old semi-trucks. And their idea was they were dropping electric axles into old trucks and then putting a diesel generator up in the engine bay to power their battery life. They could gain all of the efficiencies of an electric motor, the instant torque, and regenerative braking and all of that good stuff, while being able to still plug into the current grid by filling up at a gas station. So you get your range and you get your instant torque and you get the efficiency of electric motors, and all of that kind of wraps up together into a really nice package. So I was thinking a lot about that, and I thought that was a really great idea, but the problem that I have with it is that custom electric drive axles are a cost-prohibitive specific thing. You have to design them for each vehicle that you put them into. There's a lot of generic electric motors out there on the market nowadays, and I thought, well, if you just use a powerful enough single motor and then run that through a driveline like a conventional vehicle, you could do the same idea, have the electric motor positioned kind of where transmissions normally are, and then put a generator in the engine bay to give you your range. And then you could have batteries that have a small range of 50 to 80 miles that wouldn't take up as much space and be so heavy. I think that if you combine those ideas, you could make potentially an affordable vehicle that's very efficient and very torquey, and could be very useful and easy to work on. And that's what I'd really like to do. So currently we are trying to retrofit an old Ford Ranger with this idea for a driveline to see if we can make it work. And if we're able to do that, we'll move on to potentially retrofitting other vehicles. Ideally, we'd like to design our own vehicle architecture from the ground up. Very simply, I want to design something that anybody can work on. I really don't like how complex modern vehicles are and how expensive they are. I prefer something simpler that anybody can work on their own. So that's kind of where we're at. And it's going to take us some time because I'm funding this entirely on my own, and it's obviously not cheap to design something from scratch. But stick around and see what we can come up with.
Thank you.